Okay, this is a good one. Lesson 14. God did not create a meaningless world. God did not create that war, so it is not real. God did not create that airplane crash, so it is not real. God did not create Trump's presidency, so it is not real. How about this? God did not create the coronavirus, so it is not real. I know. The only purpose of this is, okay, and
That will help.
I laugh at myself because I went through these lessons how many times before I would accept that. But all it means is that because the only problem is separation, and we created the world from separation, only love is real, that nothing else is real. If only love is real, nothing else is real. How about that?
Okay.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sorry I wasn't any help.
I love watching your face. I've been watching him do that for years.
You've been doing this 30 years. I got 28 more to go.
There's Pooey. See, this is where we have the hard time. Okay, Pooey's not real, huh? What? That's our Pooey. That's our baby. She's gone now. Love you. She's always there. She's always with us. We feel her, right? All the time. Love you. See you. Bye. Thank you for joining with me for the meditation for Lesson 14. God did not create a meaningless world. And I want to read this because it's from Ken Wapnick. And I like this because I wish I read this when I started. But let me read this for you. First, okay, I'm just going to read. The idea for today, of course, is the reason why a meaningless world is impossible. What God did not create does not exist. And everything that does exist exists as He created it. The world you see has nothing to do with reality. It is of your own making, and it does not exist. Okay, so now I'm going to read this by Ken. Lines like these are frequently used by students of A Course in Miracles as a way to dilute the metaphysics and claim that the Course does not say that God did not create the world. Rather, they claim that the Course teaches only that God did not create the world we see. It is true that the words of some statements say just that, but only because Jesus is teaching us to pay careful attention to what we perceive. He makes it abundantly clear, both in the workbook as well as many, many other places in the rest of the material, that God could not have created the world because it is His opposite. Everything in the world of specifics and form changes and dies. Such a world is outside God and therefore could not exist. The very fact that we perceive the world means it is unreal, and also that we are unreal. Again, this does not mean just the world we see. Students sometimes mistakenly think this means, for example, that God did not create the cancer that I am perceiving. The very fact that I see a world at all is saying there is reality outside of God. If I perceive a world, there must be a perceiver and a perceived, subject and object, observer and observed, which means we are rooted in duality. God can create only like Himself, which means a being or spirit of perfect oneness and love. changelessness, and eternal. In other words, what God did not create does not exist, and everything that does exist exists as He created it, the state of heaven. I just wanted to read that because that might help somebody out there. Might help my husband. I'm like, I want to send this to my husband. So yeah, I'm going to read it to him later. God did not create a meaningless world. Let's go ahead and move into some silence here. Let's think of somebody who is troubled or struggling right now. And let's send that person. Let's see that person bathed in love and light. Let's do that for a few minutes. Somebody who's struggling. And now let's move to somebody maybe we don't get along with so well, or who pushes your buttons, or you might have some angst with. Let's go ahead and think of that person and bathe them in some love and light. Let's see them in their true reality of beauty, of heaven. And now somebody you love very much. No angst, only love. Let's go ahead and hold them in love and light. And now we will move into a few minutes of silence. Let us let go of thoughts that we have written on the world and see the Word of God in their place. God did not create a meaningless world. God did not create a meaningless world. I thank you so much for joining with me today. I love you. Have a most beautiful day. I'll see you tomorrow.